we'd like to consider the Smoking Franny beer and wine license. I think maybe we call on the chief to speak on this one.
Chief Troy Cron, Police Department. I would recommend not going forward with this. I have not had a chance to look at their facility, and typically these kind of licenses require an actual brick and mortar facility. It's my understanding that they have a food truck inside of a building, and I'm not even sure if it has a roof on it. My concern would be if we issue a license, what would stop them from taking the truck to Memorial Park and selling beer? This is kind of outside the normal procedure for doing this. Most facilities go to the state and get a license and then apply through the city, which they have not done. So I would caution you on this.
They have their state.
They have the state?
And I believe county, they have a receipt from county, and they have their application.
For this year?
Yeah.
I thought they were going to, it was just for consideration.
Nope. It's an action item for beer and wine license.
Okay. I would still like to look at the facility.
Yeah, I mean, if you still have concerns, by all means,
Yeah, I do.
we can table it.
I've also contacted ISP's, their alcohol and beverage control, and I want to confirm with them about the nature of the license and this type of business.
So Chief, would it be your recommendation that we just postpone a decision on this item?
That would be my recommendation.
Okay. Does a month give you enough time?
Certainly.
Okay. So if we decide to postpone consideration until our next
Table until October.
our next meeting, that would give you time to do your due diligence.
I certainly would.
Okay.
I do want to point out, and I believe these licenses go from,
Their calendar years would be the 31st.
and I'm not trying to shorten their time, I do realize it's towards the end of the year, but before I'm willing to say this is all within code and above board, I'm going to require more time.
Thank you. Unless somebody else has a question.
Well, then I motion that we table this until the October meeting, so that Chief has enough time to review and make further considerations for recommendation.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Chipman,
Yes.
Blackwell,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Von Redhorst, yes, Hope.
Yes.
Okay, motion carried. Next item is resolution 703 for FAA grants. And I think Mike has something on this for us.
This is just a standard contract with the FAA to go forward with receiving the grant to rehabilitate the taxiway. That we'd spoke about it in the past to move forward on this. This just is so the mayor can sign the resolution agreeing that we will take the money and be spent in the way that we said we would.
Okay. Any questions?
It requires the mayor and lawyer to sign.
Chairman, I motion that we authorize mayor and the lawyer to sign for resolution 703 for FFA grants.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, and roll call, please.
Councilmember Von Redhorst,
Yes.
Hope,
Yes.
Chipman,
Yes.
Blackwell,
Yes.
Vaughn.
Yes. Okay, motion carries. Okay, next, I guess we'll call on Mike again.
He's gonna present these.
I'm gonna make
Okay.
it fast and get up here.
Okay.
Next item would be the tanks for the chlorine at the wastewater plant.
Lonnie Chambers, City of Weiser Wastewater Supervisor. So what we've got in front of us here is quote for 2 chlorine tanks at the wastewater plant. We're kind of in a pickle. The ones that we have are leaking all the time. They keep getting stress cracks and we're having to get in there and patch them. In 2016, when they spent all the money to do the rehab on the plant, these tanks were put in 2016. So we've gotten like 9 years out of them. They're not chlorine tanks. We're storing chlorine in them, which is a very low acid, and it's eating the tanks up. The money that we have budgeted for these tanks, we will not have until October 1st. So currently, right now, I do not have this in my budget. The reason I'm coming to now is I'm trying to get the approval to purchase these. It's going to take 2.5 months, maybe 3 months to get them. We'll be well into November. I hope not December, because we have tanks that are leaking right now. We have to have that chlorine to kill the bad pathogens in the water before we put it in the river, so people don't get sick. So once October hits first, yes, we will have the money to purchase these. We've already come before the council and put the money in the budget. You have approved it. But I'm asking to go ahead and get these ordered. They will be here when we have the money, so we can get them paid for.
So if you order them, but when are you on the hook for payment?
When we receive them, the city cannot pay for that until we receive it in hand. So we know by talking to this company, these tanks are not going to be here. Earliest it would be November 1st. We will be in the new budget. We will have the spending authority to do that.
Okay, so there's not, you don't think there's a problem with it showing up on
No.
10 days from now?
No, these are special tanks. So these will have a chemical resistant plastic, and then they line the inside of them with this chemical resistant fiberglass. It has all these flange fittings that have to go in certain spots to connect to the existing pipe that is there. These, even if they could expedite it, I wouldn't expect to see them before October 1st.
They have to be custom built.
Oh, okay.
What's the life expectancy on one of these?
If they're actual chemical tanks, should be 15 to 20 years.
Okay.
But these tanks that we were sold, they're just plastic. And the chlorine is weakened the wall on these, and it's causing stress cracks. And then it's a big pain. We gotta get in there, and right now, what we're doing is we're sanding the cracks out. We're putting a certain epoxy on them and putting this fiberglass mesh in there so we can try to, buy time. And it buys us about a month or two, and then all of a sudden you spring a leak again. And getting that chlorine on your clothes will make you look like you're living in the 80s again. It's bad. It chews the floor up. It really is. So, I mean, the safest thing, yes, we need to get them ordered. We need to get them changed. It's sad that they didn't last like we wanted them to. It'd have been nice to get 20 years out of them and save some money, but unfortunately, they're falling apart. So.
Flex seal will cut it.
They might make good cow water tanks one day, the ones that are there, but yeah, they're definitely not holding chlorine very well. So.
Okay, thank you, Lonnie.
Thank you.
If they come early, we'll just let Larry take care of it. He can cover it. He's a banker. Close to retirement, just pull it out. So it's an action item. Do we need to go ahead and motion?
Yes,
Yes.
Katie.
I move to purchase the tanks for the chlorine at the wastewater treatment plant.
I'll second.
the motion.
Okay.
Third.
Okay, we have a motion, a second.
Who was the second?
Margie
Margie.
can have it. Next one.
We have a vote, please.
Councilmember Han,
Yes.
Hope,
Yes.
Blackwell,
Yes.
Chipman. Yes. Von Redhorst.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Next item on our agenda is pole yard sidewalk quotes. And in your packet, I believe you have 2 quotes. One for $28,460 and one for $27,287. Mike, would you like to speak on that?
So what we're looking at is we did build one more building at the pole yard, which actually activates the code to install new sidewalk. So at this time, we would like to install sidewalk. I didn't write this very clearly, I apologize. We will do the prep work, the electric department will do the prep work for this. So the total cost on the one is $28,460, and the total cost on the other one is $15,487. I hand wrote that in there just so I would remember, but I didn't write it properly. That would do the whole 295 feet.
So just remember that in your motion, not only do you need to say who you're going with, but to expend the exact dollar amount of the quote.
Okay, so,
We have to go with the smaller one, don't we? Like,
Not necessarily under the 50,000, but I
Oh,
would
okay.
recommend,
I mean,
that's what we're looking for.
We've got chlorine tanks we gotta buy, so.
Different departments.
so we dealt with
Oh, yeah.
custom concrete and fabrication before?
We've dealt with both of them actually, and both of them do
So no
legitimate
problems,
work. I
no
don't have
problems with
any
either
problem.
one of them.
Okay,
No,
so
we-
is this as easy a decision as it seems?
It's gonna get worse. No,
Yeah.
no, it's actually, yes, I believe so.
Okay,
I
okay.
just wanted permission on this one to go forward. We did not budget this in the year, but we do have the money for it to go forward. The building that we built was a little bit, well, a lot less than we had predicted. We was expecting material costs to go up for this year, and it didn't go as much, so we do have this room left in. Pretty much either way, I think, if we need to do it that way, but we do have the room in the budget for this. And then we budgeted for the next part of the pole yard expansion for next year, and this would take that off of that, and we'd have this done by the end of the month.
Oh, okay, so we'll be ahead next year.
Yeah, it'd get us ahead next year if there's anything unsurprising in the pole building for the rest of the building for next year, we'd have that little buffer in there.
Okay.
And we'll meet city code.
Do our best.
Look at us go.
We will
Sidewalks.
meet all the city codes, yes. Matter of fact, we'll continue with the same alignment that is already there to do this, and then we'll address the next part of it in the next line.
Okay, so custom concrete, so there's a number down at the bottom.
It's the
15,000.
The 15,487.
Okay,
Is what
what's
we
that
did.
other number?
I like it on
The
that.
27,287 is including the prep work for it, and Wayne
And
said
we're doing it.
Wayne said he would be more than willing to do the prep for that amount, for the
Okay.
$12,000 savings.
Okay, I'm finally with you.
Me too.
Welcome, welcome.
Chairman, I motion that we accept the quote from Custom Concrete and Fabrication LLC for the total amount of $15,487 to be spent on this project.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, and roll call, please.
Councilmember Hope,
Yes.
Von Redhorst,
Yes.
Han,
Yes.
Blackwell,
Yes.
Chipman. Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item number 10 is to consider $8,500.
Nine,
Nine.
Oh, excuse me,
sorry.
I'm skipping 9 there. Item number 9 would be approval of curb cut at the pole yard, and this is to cut the curb to meet,
Just to save all that money we just voted on.
So, did you want me to go ahead? I'm sorry. I don't want to-
Go ahead.
So on this one, what we would like to do is have that a full curb cut, which means a driveway entrance, the full length from the gate to gate. Because there are so many entrances into the buildings and then upon the gates, that if we try to come back, because you can go, our code allows 40 feet, I think, and I think 60 is max, but to go beyond that, we have to come before you and get approval to go beyond the, I think it's full 60 if I'm not mistaken per the diagram in the code. But anyway, to make that one full curb cut, so we're not rolling up and down and trying to make ADA with the wings, because the time you wing out the 5.5 feet of wing and then come back up, we couldn't get between all the doors and make it proper. So this would just be right at 200 feet of smooth curb cut, so it looked like a giant driveway entrance.
So you're not
Which
pushing
is-
the code, you're like.
No, it says
busting
it
wide
says I
open.
can come in and out.
Yeah.
For anything more than 40 feet, must have approval of the city council.
Mike's asking for his own variance.
I wanted to make sure that we were on
Pay
record
your fee.
asking for it before we just. And so you understood, I mean, you could deny it and we could still make it work. It was just, look, trying to get the ADA for the 5x5 landings at the top of each slope would be
If work.
And we're more afraid that if we did it that way, it would, well, no, it would make it so it'd get run over
teasing,
more
it's
than
fine.
not, and probably
I was
break.
gonna say
Mike, you've
break it,
explained it,
right?
you're good.
Could be.
Plus our big trucks would be going over the,
Right.
which would probably be tough on a boom truck.
Go for Marty.
How did we word this? Then I move that we approve the continuous curb cut for the
Pool yard.
pole building,
Pool yard, yeah.
pole yard.
Great, perfect.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Get the roll call, please.
Councilmember Blackwell,
Yep.
Chipman? Yes. Hoag?
Yeah.
Han?
Yes.
Von Redhorst?
Yes.
I hate it when people are gone, it messes me up.
He's like,
Okay, now we're gonna consider the $8,500 lower grant payout to the Historical Preservation Committee, and I'm gonna call on Mike one more time. No, I'm gonna call on Mike.
So the city planning and zoning received an $85,000 lower grant to basically put together a planning and zoning plan to address the continuous growth that we're having. It would be similar to the comp plan and the historical preservation plan that Marty was just talking about earlier. Unfortunately, we were not able to find an individual to help facilitate this plan before we need to expend the money. So if we were to take, and the historical preservation would be helping us, and they would be doing with this side by side with the planning and zoning anyway. So we did not put into next year's budget the expenditure to use this $85,000. So $8,500, sorry.
Wishful thinking.
More than
Right?
a comp plan.
Yeah. To go ahead and pay that out to the historical preservation, they would be able to put it into their budget and then pay out any billing as it came in, so we wouldn't lose the spending authority for the $8,500.
Okay, thank you. Any comments or questions?
Okay, I think I'm thinking, once again, the light finally came on. So we're giving
Okay.
money to the Preservation Committee and they're
That we're gonna be working side by side with the planning and zoning.
Okay, does that cause us a problem with the lower grant administratively, or
As
are
long
we
as we're,
required to?
as long as we're expending the money for the plan that it was requested for, we're fine.
Okay, and we can still do that even though the money's like out of our control?
Because we'd be working with the historical preservation.
Okay, so they can't spend it without our concurrence?
I mean, technically they could.
Yeah.
I don't think they will.
Yeah.
but-
So
I mean, to answer you honestly, I
Yeah.
mean, once
if worse
it's in their
comes to worse, they
hands.
could, yeah.
Yes,
Okay, so
absolutely.
is the lower folks okay with this arrangement?
I believe that the, I don't have that answer. I can't honestly answer that question.
Okay, I just don't want us to, I guess this is different than, like at the airport,
Yep.
we administer that and we have to say, yeah, this is what we used it for, and we have to be able to prove that. I understand this is like not a government thing, but do the same things apply, or is that our responsibility?
It does not have the same oversight as much as like FAA or the state or federal, where we have to turn in the receipts to do it. They feel comfortable in Natasha doing it as she sees fit. I know, that's all I know. I don't know much about the lower grants. She's done most of it.
When do we have to do this by?
The 30th of September.
this
Yeah,
month.
so this is it. So, I guess, I don't have any problem, it's not like I think the Preservation Committee is gonna steal the money and go, have a party, but,
Can we condition it? Can we condition it upon
Absolutely.
them spending it for this specific?
or what can we, what conditions do you think would be agreeable to them to, as far as oversight on, I know it's not a ton of money, but it's, I don't wanna cause a problem with, with the folks from the water.
The other option is that we are unable to proceed with the project and we return the money to the Laura Foundation.
And
Okay.
repeat what the project is.
It's to implement a plan for the continuing growth when it comes to planning and zoning.
What, if we put a condition that on approval that the Laura Foundation concur, does that make sense?
Mhm.
That
And
seems
then-
to be
and
the
then-
simplest.
And then if the Laura Foundation did not, then we could say the project was uncompletable and we could return the money.
So,
I think that seems like the simplest solution to me.
We don't want to return any money back.
yeah, you're saying yes on the conditions the Lore Foundation is okay with this,
Yeah.
transferring it to Weiser Architectural
Right.
Preservation Society. And if they're not okay with it, then we just give the money back. Is that correct? I'm just making sure that
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Okay.
Because if we let it roll over until next year's budget, I don't think we would be able to spend it on the project.
Not without reopening the budget, going through public hearing, all the thingy thingies. Yeah, not my problem, but.
We're gonna do it in October.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I agree with you, Larry. I know that the Laura Foundation has things in place, like they wanna see like a breakdown of where
Yeah,
things, what
there's
was
accountability
purchased or
there.
whatever, there is some form of accountability, so I would feel better authorizing it. But if you find out that we can't per the Laura Foundation, then
And I
Goes
can
back.
get with the Laura Foundation tomorrow and find out.
Great. So conditional approval.
So, I move to approve the, what is this, the recommendation for the Lord grant payout to the Historical Preservation, is it committee?
It's the 501c3, it's the nonprofit.
The nonprofit contingent upon approval from Laura.
second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, and it is action item.
Councilmember Blackwell,
Yup.
Han,
Yes?
Chipman,
Yes,
Von Redhorst,
Yes.
Hoag.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Okay, we have a committee that's working on possible container permits. And item 11 would be to extend the school district's timeframe to take action on their existing containers until we can take the recommendation from our committee to our attorney and come back with something that could be suitable for the containers at the school district. So basically what we're asking is just for an extension of their 90-day, until we have time to,
I believe their 90-day permit is up on the 25th, I think. So, yeah.
25th?
I believe it's 25th. So this would just be extending it out until we could have further committee meetings.
Okay.
We should do another 90 days, 60
Uh,
days?
So.
well, I think we could make it until we have till the committee and our attorney come up with a suitable action that would have to come back and be voted on by the council, right?
If we did that and said, because we need to decide what we want to do on this for sure. I would prefer to have a date, because we can always revisit it if for some reason that doesn't, but if,
Ongoing is the complexities that we don't want. I think it's easier to just say, yeah, we'll extend it until this date, and then we can revisit it the next meeting if we need to go again.
And you could say 30, 60, 90 days from when their permit expires. Whatever you feel
Okay.
comfortable with.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we extend the amount of time that the school district can keep their containers for 90 days past the date that their previous extension expired. Their previous permit expired.
Extend 90 days beyond their current No. expiration. Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to,
Yeah, I know.
I'm hoping for help from Natasha.
Nope. She's gonna laugh at you.
No, so what you're doing is you're asking for a 90-day extension from the time that their current permit
That's what it
expires.
The current permit expires, that's what I thought I said.
second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, and we'll call for the roll call again?
Councilmember Chipman,
Yes.
Han,
Yes.
Von Bredhorst,
Yes.
Poe,
Yes.
Blackwell.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. And that actually concludes this part of our meeting.
Nope, let's go ahead
Nope.
and read the full
So,
Executive session.
executive session.
So at this time, we'd look for a motion to go into executive session per Idaho Code 74-206, 1BF, to consider preliminary negotiations, communication with legal counsel, and pending litigation.
I motion. Or second, if you motion. I motion that.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, and again, we call for the roll call.
Councilmember Von Bredhorst,
Yes.
Chipman,
yes.
Blackwell,
Yes.
Poe,
Yes.
Han.
Yes. Okay, motion carries.
Thanks for coming out.